Last time on the Toast Reviews.
I'm not making a recipe on the back of a bottle of ketchup. Ketchup? 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 Ketchup?
Hello from Atlanta TV. This is King Cool. And welcome to the Toast Reviews. For those of you who don't know how this works, I watch a movie, I put something in the toast, and I talk about when my toast is done. And today, we're in the middle of Penalty Box Month, which I don't think I have a graphic for yet. And today we did the Underground Comedy Movie by Vince Offer, also known as the ShamWow Guy. And let's try this down a little bit. Now on the show, actually, we have something I'm not most excited about: s'mores Eggos, which sound pretty good. So here we go. Okay. I'm not gonna go out and say that this movie is necessarily worse or better than Delta Farce, but I'll at least say, like, this is a movie that's obviously trying to be offensive, and, you know, maybe in 1997, people just randomly wielding guns and killing one another, it was a bit more shocking, but now, you know, in 2013, it's sort of like, oh, you mean like every Grand Theft Auto game since 2001, yeah, this ain't that shocking. Okay, like, it hits all the marks. They make some jokes about abortions and cannibalism and, you know, hurting other people and explosions and shooting children, shooting babies, shooting people in the ass, and it's like, okay, it lacks structure because it's sort of a, you know, episodic thing. Honestly, what they have partway through, they do like the porno review, and they have like these fake porns that they review, and they rank them by, I suppose, in a way I'm not even going to mention because it's not really appropriate for my show. I don't want it to be that offensive, but slightly clever, but it's just like they do this and then they just move off and do some other stuff, and it's just like, you know, I don't know, like. I don't find any of this funny, but it's more so I found it really depressing. Like, it's more just, I think maybe in 1999 this would have landed a little better as we were just starting to move into that whole thing. When nowadays it's a lot of our entertainment sort of like this, you know, like Burgleberry and these other things. But here's the thing, there's a movie that came out earlier in the year called Inappropriate Comedy. I wanted to try to see it, but it was only at the only theater that got it near me had it for 1 week. Just 1 week. I don't think those are done. No. 1 week. And it was already gone. I didn't have a chance to see it that weekend. It was already gone. I'm like, shoot. Because I wanted to compare it to movie 43. The movie by the Farrelly brothers. Say what you will about movie 43. At least it was the Farrelly brothers. Not that they were writing it, but they were the ones trying to compile it. But in movie 43, you have Adrian Brody playing this guy called Flirty Harry as I think a homosexual, I think also transvestite, Dirty Harry variant. He says, "Go ahead, make me gay." Now, Offer himself plays this character in this movie, and I think there's an implication that the Underground Comedy Movie is based off the Underground Comedy show from the late 80s, from like 88. It was a public access show. And you see him at the very end of the movie as he surfs on a car and smashes the windshield with a guitar, and shooting a KKK member in the head, and knocking an old lady's head off with a baseball bat as she rolls down on her scooter. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff that he did in the 80s. And when you have the repeated character of Floyd, now I didn't see Inappropriate Comedy, so I don't know if it's any different. But it's more like, does this guy only have one movie in him, and it's just these sketches, and it just thinks that, like, I'm sure in the 80s this would have been like, oh, scandal! Oh, someone prepare my fainting couch! Oh! You know, I'm sure it would be, like, ridiculous, but nowadays it's like, alright, yeah, we get it, you know, everyone does this nowadays, but I'd like to see someone who's a bit more, oh, there's looking a little dark. Who knew a little bit more about the 90s, talk and investigate about this one, as far as where it exists, especially in the post-South Park and just beginning to come in post Family Guy area. But as it is, like, it's depressing, but I don't think it's worse than Delta Farce, because this movie's clearly doing this on purpose, and a movie that's just trying to be offensive on purpose just bounces right off my quills. Like, that's one thing I say whenever I like put up my defenses against something. Once you're like, okay, you're trying to manipulate my emotion, I call it my quills, because it's like, all right, I'm putting up my defenses. You recognize it, you're like, okay, screw this. So once this thing started, and it's just like, oh god, they do the thing at the start of this movie where they use the term, they define a word, and it has like, you know, a word pops up and has the dictionary definition of this, and also says, so don't be offended or whatever. It's like your entire movie is purposefully offensive. I'm gonna try this while this is still hot. I'm still gonna talk now. I wanna try it without peanut butter. Let's see. Yeah, that's just okay. I better be good with ice cream, but I don't have any ice cream. Like, the other thing that's weird about it, at the very end they have a thing where it's like, hey, thanks to the makers of There's Something About Mary, who got this movie in 1997, and then apparently went and made, he's accused them of some variety of plagiarism. Now, I've actually never seen There's Something About Mary. Someone, maybe I'll go watch it and try to make a comparison, but I don't know, like, as far as I'm aware, Something About Mary had a plot. It had things, you know, it wasn't just, I don't know, I just found this discouraging. It's just not that funny. Well, I should say it's not funny at all. I didn't laugh pretty much at all. The one time I sort of laughed was, they have, you see in the commercials, they have Michael Clark Duncan in the movie. And he's in a pool hall, a shooting pool. And a smaller gay guy comes up to him and is like, I want you. And he talks about how Michael Clark Duncan claims to be a virgin. He always makes some sort of gross joke about, oh, honey, something or other, you have had a lot of homosexual sex in a way that has done, left marks on your body. That's something, you know, one of those, nice jokes. And the very third one, they do it 3 times. It doesn't change. But in the third one, he's like, I'm saving myself. I just don't like white guys, alright? And then the guy who stood up and said, I'm half Puerto Rican. And he's like, really? And then they all laugh. It's the sort of laugh that is unmistakably, you know, the whole crew laughing and cutting away. It's like, you left this in the movie, and you realize that's the only time I sort of laughed. When someone finally let out the tension of this whole thing, where it's like, oh, you know, this is just a movie with people just still trying to be funny, not very successfully, but it's just like, that's the only time I laughed. I did laugh at least that one time. I think it's just the fact that back in the day, this was a lot more revolutionary. You know, it's now almost 15 years old, probably more. I think it got its main release in like 1999, and it got some sort of like video release in 97 or something, because that's when he said that he sent them to. Which was, yeah, this movie is, you know, at least 15 years old at this point. I don't think, maybe it was revolutionary in its broad strokes about its offense, but I don't know, maybe I'm giving this way too much credit. Generally, it's just, you know, all these ones where it's like, it's basically the comedy hard sell. You've seen these horror movies where it's like, don't go alone, you know, make certain you pee your pants before, otherwise we will not be responsible for stained trousers in the movie. You know, these stupid, you won't believe how intense it is if you don't think you suck, you're a wimp. It's basically the comedy hard sell. It's like, you won't believe how offensive it is, and this and that, and it's like, this movie depressed the hell out of me. I was just in such a bad mood after this. Oh, what'll be on the show next time? Let's find out. Let me actually get a pair of scissors. Have I been going for 9 minutes? Jesus. Get in there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, there's a squirrel going by. Hello, squirrel. You're my only friend. Oh, god damn! Well, at least after this I get to watch the Nostalgia Critic of that he just put up. You might be confused why this one is in the penalty box. You'll find out after the review. Because this one you'd be like, well, what the hell? Why is this one in? I'll explain next week. Thank you all for watching. This is King Cool. Drive home safe.
Ketchup, 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 ketchup.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hey, I got you a present.
Oh, cool. Let's see it. Wow.
Hey, Doc, look what I got for you.
Ooh. Oh, a digital photo keychain. That looks cool.
You don't think it's, too small?
No, look, it's just perfect. It's perfect. I can wear it on my chest like I'm Flavor Flav. I don't know any Flavor Flav songs.
You don't think it's weird how the, pictures on the box are, bigger than the device itself?
Well, I mean, I think this box is probably pretty big, but it's probably just a theft prevention measure. You can't put it in your pocket, you know. Like you could with a keychain. This is electronics, so they can't just, you know, have it be like worth 50 cents or something.
You don't think it's weird that you can only sort of 46 photos?
Well, again, the thing's small. I'll give him whatever. It doesn't say how big the picture's gonna be.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Nothing. This isn't going the way I thought it would.
Okay. Well, thanks. Everybody, it's your birthday. No, it's not. It's not my birthday.